Subscribe or they will haunt you. Which movie villain do you agree with? Darth Vader / Anakin. Shit just went downhill quick for him. Poor guy. Cobra in the Planet. If the Apes movie. I wasn't cheering for him Peresi, but he was 100% right to strike first against the humans. At some point down the line they would have gone after the apes. Not a movie, but Tom from Tom and Jerry. Jerry would annoy me so much I just wanted Tom to finally eat him. Given 2020, I'd go with the asteroid in Armageddon, Helmut Zemo in Captain America, Civil War. Judas able to break apart the Avengers with mind tricks. Plus they destroyed his home, and he wanted justice for that. Sharpay Evans. She was just doing all the right things for her career and she showed all characteristics that had let her thrive in her wanted environment, and she was chastised for it. Poor girl. The puppet master from the original Ghost in the Shell movie. All he really asked for was asylum. There is a scene where, before going on a rampage, it demands asylum and rights to a trial to which the humans pretty much ignore. It's only after demanding its rights then being denied that it decides to go guerrilla. Colonel Kurtz. We train young men to drop fire on people, but their commanders won't allow them to write fuck on their aeroplanes because it's obscene. Hades. Not in any specific movie, but just the fact that he's always a villain despite him just chilling in the underworld, doing his job, and not causing mass genocide like the other gods. The worst thing he did was kidnap a teenage girl, but compared to Zeus, the hero in all these damn movies, he's not that bad. Dr. Freeze. The guy just wanted to find a way to save his wife. Batman even once tried to help him with it. The dad from Dirty Dancing. He was just trying to keep his underage daughter from f***ing the local troublemaker. Wicked Witch of the West. Bitch dropped a house on my sister and stole her shoes, I'd be out for blood too. Barbossa and his crew from Pot C1. They found a bunch of gold coins sitting around, traded them as currency like anyone would, and were severely punished for no good reason. Chief Inspector Dreyfus from the Pink Panther movies. Maybe I wouldn't have gone as far as he did, but I understand his frustration. I agree with Ken from the Bee movie. His GF got pissed at him for trying to kill a bee something that he was allergic to, meaning it was potentially life-threatening. Frankly, Vanessa was terrible for dumping him because he tried to kill an insect. It's like getting mad at someone for refusing shrimp because they have a shellfish allergy. I know he's not the main villain, but he was the secondary one. Edit. Yes, Barry was a sentient bee, but Ken never knew that. I would also go a little nuts if a bee was slowly replacing me. On the shellfish metaphor, I'm sorry, it's not the greatest of metaphors, but I can't think of one right now. I'm open to suggestions. Hades would not be too happy if I was forced to rule over hell by my younger siblings. T-Rex from Jurassic Park. General Grievous. His people were massacred by the GD for reasons that were false. He was then physically crippled for the rest of his life, outside of his exoskeleton, and was told that the GD were to blame. He destroyed as many as he could, and took their weapons as a trophy, to exact his revenge for the GD ruining his life, and pushing his people to the brink of extinction. The Grinch. He just wants to live alone in his gaff with a dog and the Who people won't stop bothering him. Poison Ivy. All she wants is more plants and less destruction. I kind of understand the Ice King's motives. He's just really lonely, and he wants to be friends with Finn and Jake, and he wants a GF. However, kidnapping people isn't cool. He's also just a really great character. He started out as Simon, and then slowly went insane after he found the crown and put it on. He forgot his entire identity and became the Ice King. Edit. I was thinking of Ice King before we had very much of a backstory for him. Sorry if this is a terrible explanation of Ice King's motives. I didn't think very many people would see this. I was just kinda bored. Jared Butler's character from Law Abiding Citizen. Not from a movie, but Scar from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. but he had all his people pretty much wiped out by the government and then targets government alchemists in revenge. Roy Batty. He's an escaped slave who is pissed his girlfriend and friends will die soon anyway from 4-year lifespans they were genetically engineered with. The main people he and his group kills or injures are morally bankrupt genetic engineers who became rich off slavery and corrupt racist cops. Captain Hook. If a little boy chopped off your hand and fed it to a crocodile you'd probably want to kill him too. Didn't he only get his hand chopped off because he was trying to kill the boy? To add insult to injury, he had to get a used hook from a second-hand store. When I saw Spider-Man Homecoming, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Adrian Toombs, Vulture, actually has a point here. The government and Tony Stark completely fucked him over with malice aforethought. After that opening scene, I was like fuck Tony Stark, I'm with Toombs on this one. Mutwo. Making stronger versions of existing Pokémon is basically the point of Pokémon breeding. The wolves in the day after tomorrow. Just some hungry boys doing their best. Magneto. He always thought humans would try to destroy mutants, and he was right because they tried. He might have not been completely right, but man it's hard not to feel some sympathy for him after the shitty hand that life dealt him early on. The bloke from Inferno. Zobrist or whatever. Though sadly they changed the ending from the book. Isma from Emperor's New Groove. Cusco was arrogant and neglectful. Edit. My comment was meant to target specifically her feelings towards Cusco as an arrogant person. I realized she was also a horrible person and didn't mean to offend anyone. The general from The Rock. The dude just wanted justice. Another one is the meter from RVB. I would react the same way if I went through the same stuff technically they suffered. Prince Nuada from Hellboy 2. Prince Nuada, the humans have forgotten the gods, destroyed the earth, and for what? Parking lots, shopping malls. Greed had burned a hole in their hearts that will never be filled. They will never have enough. King Bela, what humans do is in their nature. To honor the truce is in ours. Prince Nuada, honor? Look at this place. Where is the honor in this? Father, you were once a proud warrior. When did you become their pet? Turns to the council. Prince Nuada, I have returned from exile to wage war and reclaim our land, our birthright. And for that I will call upon the help of all my people and they will answer. The good, the bad. Holds up the crown piece. Prince Nuada, and the worst. King Bela puts a hand to his own crown piece. The Golden Army? You cannot be that mad. Prince Nuada, perhaps I am. Perhaps they made me so. The machines from the Matrix. The humans attacked first, going as far as blocking out the sun to end them. The machines create a new reality for their humans that is much better than the alternative of living in the sewers in the real world. The only reason Agent Smith became problematic was because Neo gave him new code. The iceberg from Titanic. Luke Skywalker. I mean, obviously he was a terrorist insurgent bent on destroying critical infrastructure. But you can't blame him for his resent about the unfortunate incident with his aunt and uncle. Gordon Ramsay from Kitchen Nightmares.